Welcome to the BioWhisperer channel. Our topic today is on a perspective overview of DNA storage with a focus on sustainability considerations. Part of the goal biotechnology or bioinformatics, we see large data sets from research output adding to the explosive growth of information and related to that the archival needs. In today's topic, we will look at the perspective overview of the current storage technologies and the challenges we might face. We should be able to all agree that storage maintenance and replacement costs remain key challenges for today's storage technologies, which mainly revolve around magnetic-based or semiconductor-based archival modes. These are physical assets nonetheless, and wear and tear is to be expected even with due care and diligence. Regular checks on data integrity and readability are part of periodical maintenance that would be needed. Technology progress triggers impasse, need to encode to new generation of storage media. For instance, the move from 5.25-inch to 3.5-inch floppy disk has less of a minimal logistic nightmare for data migration or backups compared to the more extended move towards enhanced capacity and new devices such as the zip and jazz drives, which are commercialized proprietary standards developed with larger storage capacities. Similarly, distributable storage media such as CD rewritables, DVD rewritables, or even Blu-ray rewritables hold higher and higher capacities with each iterations. As hard disk drive, solid-state drive, or even memory cards of the secure digital SD formats and variants improve in their capacity and reliability, we will always need to be mindful of storage mode changes and adapt accordingly. Another angle of looking at data portability and convenience of storage will be the various memory cards of varying standards. We might see piles of memory cards within our drawers at some point in time, especially the lower memory capacities ones like 512 MB vs the more modern 512 GB SD cards, for instance. My point is, formats come and go. Commercialized standards and backed formats might be device-specific. Ultimately, it seems that SD format eventually won the format wars, with the memory stick and XD picture card formats getting obsolete with time. In today's storage industry, HDDs and SSDs dominate, and based on a historical overview of computing storage devices, we see storage devices, particularly proprietary ones, come and go. Progressive advances in technology meant that older commercialization technologies could be obsolete. There is a need to move on to higher capacity storage devices with time, where data needs to be migrated accurately to ensure continued access. Recording of data is unlike that of ancient civilization on cave wall pictorials or in documented paper formats. Digital format adoption does face its set of challenges. For instance, iOmega, once a public company with the pioneering of the popular zip and jazz floppy systems, went out of business in 2018. Capacity and packing limits refer to the number of transistors that can be packaged in an integrated circuit. Generally, more transistors correlate to higher capacity. Moore's law, proposed by Gordon Moore, which predicted technological advances would double the amount of transistors packed every 2 years. This prediction has largely held true not just for computing power but also for storage. We have seen media density growth rates have varied. For instance, NAND flash has hit periodic scaling limits, 2-dimensional NAND, and adding layers in between in the form of 3-dimensional NAND has largely increased the capacity per chip. However, a technological limit will eventually exist. It does not mean that today's storage solutions will become obsolete. Rather, it is about scaling and preparing for the projected explosive storage needs in the decades, if not just years ahead from now. As we round off the quick discussion on big data storage for alternative archival means, it is often worth taking a look at sustainability aspects and implications. Given that energy is needed to run the maintenance of storage devices, equipments, or even facilities like data centers where servers are known to be energy guzzlers, looking at trend of data collected and stored might be a good point to start from. Data is split into current active data, also known as hot data, cooled data where access frequency drops with time and so is the value, and thirdly the category of cold data, which is the permanent archival of data that might be once in a rare moon type of revisiting. Data mining algorithms can be designed to help to better identify datasets that are hot and active. Perhaps regular backups is important compared to cooled or cold data, where both accessibility and value dwindles with time. Data hoarding can thus be reduced where appropriate, though ultimately good data habits might be important at the creation or generation end as well. For our closing perspectives, one of the viable solutions going forward is to reduce both the physical and carbon footprints of traditional storage, and at the same time attempting to reduce carbon output during archiving might be an innovative solution termed as DNA-based data storage. We have a separate video for that and you might wish to review as well. Storage density, durability and low power consumption of DNA-based data storage does stand out as an alternative archival technology. Firstly, we should assess if the ecosystem of accompanying technologies such as synthesis speed, rewriting or editing speeds can be speedy enough. We have to also determine the form to apply for DNA as the molecule of choice for information storage in biological systems. With both single-stranded or double-stranded configurations, it provides flexibility for application development. Finally, for the point on stability, it can remain intact for thousands of years at room temperature in a dry atmosphere as seen from fossil or well-preserved records where DNA has been retrieved, read and sequenced. In fact, DNA's chemical stability provides media durability and simplistic maintenance routines for archival storage. Its excellent packing within the nucleus of the cell with condensation makes for nearly low to negligible issues compared to energy and land use by server-based data center facilities. I would thank you for helping to share your love for this science channel by clicking the like button and subscribe for future updates.